Hello and welcome back to Crafts by Katelyn. Today I have some more Dollar Tree DIYs that I really hope you're going to enjoy this Christmas season.
Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas.
So for the first DIY I'm going to be making, I'm taking this snowman picture that came from Dollar Tree and I'm just going to turn it around so that I can use the plain back. I removed the jute string hanger. I'm also going to be using one of these yardsticks, and this just has the glittery Christmas tree on the top. I thought it was really pretty. It did kind of ruin the back whenever I did remove the labels and remove that stake, but I am going to galvanize it so it didn't matter. The easiest way that you can remove the labels is to heat it up with the hairdryer, and then they should peel off. They didn't peel off very good off of the tree, but it did have a lot of glitter stuck on there. So I just took a damp washcloth and removed the rest of the sticker, and then I was able to take a piece of sandpaper and get all the excess glitter and glue off of the tree. I'm going to give this a nice thick coat of the white Waverly chalk paint and then let that dry. I think I ended up giving it 2 coats. While my sign was painting with the white paint, I'm going to be using some of this metallic silver spray paint, and I'm going to give that tree a nice coat of that, and then I'm going to come in with some of this elephant Waverly chalk paint and just very lightly tap this all over the tree. I like to use an older brush when I do that the bristles are all spread out, and this gives it more of a realistic look. After I had covered it with a dark gray, I go in with a little bit of the white. You can see that I do tap my brush off so that I don't add a lot, but I do go in there with a little bit of the white paint to add some of the shine in there. And then after I added it, you can see that I do go back after I get a little more brave and add some more white in there. I really enjoy doing this. I know a lot of you all say that they do make galvanized spray paint. I haven't got to try that yet, but I do want to. I want these to look like little pallet boards or little boards put together like a pallet sign, so I just use the bottom stake of the tree and then I use that as a straight edge to make the little lines. I did just draw those with a Sharpie, so I am going back over them just with some black apple barrel paint with a very small paintbrush so that they look more realistic when they're not perfect. Whenever I thought it was dry, I used my sandpaper. You can see that it does smudge the black a little bit, but I think it was fine. It gave it more of a rustic look. And I put my tree on there. I picked up this beautiful strand from Joann's Fabric, and it's got these rustic bells on there and those little white beads. And I just wrapped this around the galvanized tree.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe, and I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree.
I tacked down the loose ends on the back with some hot glue, and then I removed all the jingle bells that were in the back of the tree, and then I'm just going to reattach them to the front with some hot glue. I did first put hot glue all over the raised places that I knew would touch the board and stuck it on there, and then like I said, just glued those jingle bells down in the places that didn't have any. If you want to make this from Dollar Tree, you can definitely just wrap this in jute string and add some of their silver bells to this. I wanted to make a cute little bow for the top to cover that hole that was in the star, so I just wrapped some jute string around my fingers 5 or 6 times and then secured that in the center with another piece of jute string. I attached that at the top of the tree with just a little bit of hot glue, and then I reattached a hanger just by adding another piece of small jute string.
But the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than
I love how this came together. I think it looks so rustic and so farmhouse and matches with my other decor. I think that tree does look really legit, like a shiny metal tree, so I was really happy with how it turned out. for the next home decor piece I'm going to be making a hot cocoa sign. I was inspired by this card I picked up at Dollar Tree, and I originally thought that I would use this in my sign, but I didn't end up using it. But I'm also going to be using some wood letters from Dollar Tree, as well as some of these miniature little ornaments. They came in a 6-pack there. My popsicle sticks did come from Walmart. They are the extra large ones. And then I picked up this Good Vibes Only, just little canvas from Dollar Tree.
Oh, it is Christmas, the first for me and you.
So I wanted this to be a little Christmas hot cocoa sign, but I did still want it to have the rustic farmhouse look to it. So I first started by lining my canvas up with the popsicle sticks, and then I'm just going to mark where they need to go and then cut them down. I do recommend, instead of tracing them just like I did mine, because they shift around so much when you lay the canvas on there, I recommend just cutting one the right size and then measuring the rest of them to fit that size. I did go ahead and line those up just to make sure any of the popsicle sticks were not too short or too long, or I'd go ahead and fix those. So I knew I wanted this wood to be a darker shade, and I didn't want to use stain for such a small little project, so I ended up mixing up some of this mineral Waverly chalk paint as well as some of this apple barrel paint in the burnt umber, and I was able to achieve like a grayish brown color, and I really like how it turned out. I added some water to this so it would apply kind of like stain does. I wanted these to be dark and appear to be stained, so I did add in some more of the dark brown color. So you do want to make sure that you cover these, but you don't want to apply too much of the water mixture because these will bow up in the center. While I was letting those dry, I wanted to go ahead and get the first coat on my hot cocoa letters, and I'm going to be painting those with the mineral color as well. Whenever my popsicle sticks were completely dry, I just lined them up on the canvas and then hot glued them down. For the last popsicle stick, it was a little wide, so I thought that I would trim it down. It did end up cracking and busting, and I didn't feel like repainting another one and having to set and wait for it to dry, so I thought that I would just cover this up with a piece of burlap ribbon. I'm kind of happy that that happened anyways, because I really do like how this burlap looks across the top, and I don't know if I would have done that if it hadn't been for trying to cover up the mistake, but I can assure you that this happens all the time whenever I'm crafting. Stuff doesn't turn out, and I just have to try to fix it the best I can. Next, I just keep rearranging my wooden letters until I like them. You will see that I do rearrange this a million times because I wasn't really for sure how I wanted it to be laid out. Like I said, I really like that little coffee looking hot cocoa cup, and I really wanted to use it. I love how it's got the real piece of paper straw on the top, but after I put it on there, I decided that it just looks too whimsical kind of, and I really did want this to look kind of farmhouse chic, so I did end up not using it. I didn't feel like my letters were showing up as nice as I would have liked, so I did outline them with this Sharpie oil-based white marker, and I just picked these up from Walmart, or you can get them on Amazon, but I really like these, and I think it made a big difference adding the white around the letters. I feel like it did need a little bow to be cutesy, so I just doubled up this little polka dot ribbon I got from Dollar General. I tied it in the center, and it made a cute little bow to add to the top. I wanted to add something across the bottom, although I didn't like those red glittery snowflakes on the ribbons. I did end up turning it upside down so I could have more of a plain ribbon. After I was happy where the letters were, I decided to go ahead and secure them down with just some hot glue. I do wish I would have painted the canvas brown or a dark color before I would have attached everything, just because I feel like you can kind of see a little bit of the white shine through whenever the light hits it through the popsicle sticks, and if you would have painted that a brown color you wouldn't be able to see anything. But it turned out super cute and I love it, and I'm so excited with this. For the last project, I have a simple little idea for you. I'm using this gorgeous dollar gift bag from Dollar Tree. I love that little deer with the snowflake on it. It almost looks like a little piece of lace on there with the white trees in the background. And I wanted to make this a neat little piece I've never made before, but I found this dollar candle plate from Dollar Tree, so I just laid it on top of there and I just rough cut it out, and then I went back in and then tried to cut it as perfect as possible. I did have to keep trimming it down until I realized that you could lay it inside and then trace around it, and then you knew exactly where to cut off the extra at. I just attached it with some hot glue. If I had it to do over, I would make sure that the hot glue went all the way around the edges because it did keep popping up, but I did keep going in there and adding little dots of glue. I just put some Mod Podge over the deer just so it had a nice finish to it, and then I let that dry, and then I'm adding some of the nautical rope from Dollar Tree around the edges. I think this gives it such a neat effect with that rope being glued on the inside of that glass.
The work to be done on my Christmas run is the most tired chore. No girl or boy without a toy. So giddy up, root of my
I wanted to make another little bow out of this shiny red snowflake ribbon. I think all of today's projects have bows on them. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. But today I was really liking the bows on there, and I made small ones too. But I just think that they add so much cuteness to it and just make it look more put together when you add a bow at the top. So I had one of these Dollar Tree picks, and this is one of the really nice ones that I found earlier in the year. I haven't been able to find any more of these, but you could use greenery off of anything that you already have. I just cut off a couple pieces of the greenery and I stuck the bow on there, and then because my bow didn't have a center, I added some of the little red berries on there. But I think this looks so cute and woodsy and goes perfect with my Christmas theme this year. I paired it with this little clear plate stand. I'm pretty sure mine came from Walmart, but I did see someone saying that you can purchase these at Dollar Tree, so I will keep an eye out for that. But I thought this looked so put together and cute on that little plate stand. I was actually really happy with how all three of these projects came together, and they were all super simple, easy to make, and very budget friendly. So I hope you find some inspiration if you're looking to make some more decor for this Christmas season. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments below which one was your favorite, and thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Bye!